like they missed their flight on, let's say, ending of March. Like, there was no available connecting flight until 4th of April. So they had to book a hotel in Toronto. That's like another money you're not planning on spending. Hey guys, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Omari BDC. Thanks for clicking on this video. Thanks for joining in as always. Yes. You might be wondering why I'm doing this video in the car. See, let me just do this video here because I like to take advantage of whatever time I have to do my sit down videos. I just got home. Semiha is sleeping. Before I say I want to start moving her upstairs and doing the senene to do the sit down video, I might not get to do it because she might wake up. So I just thought, let me just do it here. The information is what matters. Yes. Anyways, let's just get straight to what this video is all about. I just thought about it because I've had a lot of people who have had a lot of issues when it comes to traveling, you know, after they've gotten their visas. And I thought, let me do a video to kind of enlighten people and prepare people for what is to come, or what they can expect, or what they should expect when they're traveling. Yeah, I'll explain better, don't worry. So there was a particular thing that triggered this video, or prompted me to do this video, which is the very first thing I'm going to share. But I just decided to add more things just to, you know, share more other things that people might need to know about, or need to know how important they also can be, if you get what I mean. And if this is something you're interested in, sit back, relax, and let's get straight to this video. Now, the number one thing, the very first thing I want to share, like I said, is the reason I decided to do this video. And that is when you're booking your tickets. See, there is a whole lot that goes in when it comes to booking your flight tickets. Please pay attention. It's not just about getting early date or the perfect date. It's not just about getting an affordable ticket or flight. Obviously, it's very important to get an affordable flight. It's very important to get a very good date. But there is more that goes to booking a ticket. See, I know that we're always running away from layovers. We don't want to stay too long in a certain place, but your layover is very important, especially at the point of entry, meaning when you land Canada, the very first place you land in, whether you're landing in Montreal, whether you're landing at Toronto, or wherever province you're landing in. That layover is very important because it's that layover that will determine whether you're going to sleep inside the airport, whether you're going to have to book a hotel in that province, especially if you're having a connecting flight. I'm talking about people whose last bus stop isn't the first point of entry. It's very important. It's going to determine whether you're going to sleep in the airport or you're going to have to book a hotel for a couple of days. Yes, we've had incidents like that. Please and please ensure you give yourself a very long layover, at least 5 hours. 5 hours. I've had lots of people who have missed their flights because the immigration took time. The immigration process took time. And before you got to their turn and they did all the things they need to do, go get their luggages and all their luggage and all those things, they missed their flights. Now, before, you might miss your flight and they will just book you for another flight, maybe later in the evening, later at night, depending on when you missed your flight. But it's not their duty. They're just doing it to help you. Yes, they are going to book another flight for you without you having to pay anything. But if they don't find a flight, they won't go out of their way. They will only try their best, because you were the one that missed the flight. They were not the ones that delayed your flight. They were not the ones that cancelled your flight. So it's not in their place, or it's not their job to make sure they, you know, find something out of nothing for you. They will try and find a flight, but if they don't, you'd have to wait till the next available flight, and it might not be that day. I know somebody who missed her flight and had to sleep in the airport, and that wasn't bad enough because initially, and that was why I didn't even think to do the video, because worst comes to worst, you miss your flight and you probably would get another flight that same day. It might just be later than you expected, and you will land your final destination maybe in the evening, maybe at night, if you get what I mean. But the moment I found out, or I realized that you can actually miss your flight and not even get another flight that same day, I said I'm going to have to do this video. And no, missing that flight that night and being booked for another day isn't even bad enough. Like, I thought that's the worst that could happen. I know of a family that missed their flight that very day. There was nothing that they did not do to find another flight. Like, Air Canada tried for them, but they did not, like, they missed their flight on, let's say, ending of March. And there was no available flight around that Easter time. That was when they missed their flight. There was no available connecting flight until 4th of April. So they had to book a hotel in Toronto. That's like another money you're not planning on spending. You don't want to spend that kind of money. So it's either you prepare yourself to spend that kind of money and gamble with it and be like, I'd rather gamble and hope they don't waste time in my connecting at the immigration, so that I meet up with my connecting flight early and get to where I'm getting to early if you're in a hurry. Gamble with it and have vex money, have the money you're going to use to pay for your hotel in case something like this happen. Or you don't gamble with it and book a very long layover. It's just that very day. It's worth it. At the end of the day, you will forget that you had to wait, and sometimes your layover might even it might get exhausted before you know it, because trying to get your baggage, trying to do this, trying to do that, before you know it's already time and you're entering your connecting flights. So it's very important. Also consider the season you're traveling. Are you traveling in winter season? Winter season can be very like tricky because the atmosphere can be cloudy. It might be difficult for planes to fly. Although that might not be your problem, might not be an issue for you, they'll be the ones that will sort it out, but it can be a stress for you. I remember my sister-in-law, when she was relocating, that was the issue she had to go through because of the weather wasn't good. From, like, instead of had to have just 2 layovers, she had up to like 3 or 4 layovers, like from Montreal to Toronto before she now came to Winnipeg, and she already had an initial layover in another country, if you get what I mean. So it was very stressful for her. And that was because of the weather. If you have no choice, no problem. But if you have a choice, look for a very good weather or a very good time to book your flight. Like I said, if you have no choice, it's not a problem. Consider the time, like, is there any celebration going on? Is it during Christmas? Is it, especially if you are traveling to countries that celebrate these events, where there's holidays for this event, like Christmas, Easter, lots of people will be traveling around those times. So you have to just prepare your mind for what's to come around those times. Is it during summer where there are lots of people traveling into this country? You also have to consider that as well. So just put all these things into consideration while you're booking your flight. Remember, have a very good layover. At least 5 hours is going to save you a lot. And this layover is the layover at the point of entry. So let me say your destination is Winnipeg or Manitoba, and you first land in Toronto. That time you give yourself from when you land in Toronto to when you take the next flight to Winnipeg, that period, make it as at least 5 hours. It's for your own good though. Yeah, so that's just the number one tip I want to share. Now the next tip is about your hand luggage, and this is from a personal experience. I remember we already just planned, we prepared that we're going to check in our hand luggage, because we've watched videos, we've heard lots of people talk about being able to check in their hand luggages. So it gives you opportunity to pack enough, and you can just get a backpack that you're going to carry on with you. So we packed a lot of things in our bags, and we were planning on checking it in. And imagine us getting to the airport and they told us that for one reason or the other, which was a very, very flimsy reason, they will not be able to allow us to check it in. And we had backpacks, I had a baby to carry, so many things. It was so stressful. So find out from your airline, find out from a very legit person at the airline or the flight you're going to take, the airline you're going to use, if they're going to allow you to check in your hand luggage to this destination you're going to prevent any stories that touch. Find out before you start packing your load, before you start adding things into your hand luggage. Obviously your hand luggage already has its own designated weight that it can accept, but you know what I mean. There are certain things that you should not pack in your hand luggage, or you just did not prepare to even carry your hand luggage. There's this mental preparedness that you're going to have, that, oh, I know I'm going to carry my hand luggage, so my backpack will not be so heavy. But imagine you having so much in your backpack because you assume that was the only thing you're going to carry. So that would be a lot of stress for you, because I went through that stress. And the second thing about this hand luggage is, just in case, even if you find out and they say, oh, you can carry things in your hand luggage, just in case they don't allow you. You know how airports in Nigeria can be. They will say something else on phone, and you get there physically, you might hear something else. Some airlines, just in case, make sure the things you put in your hand luggage are things that are accepted on the flight, just in case you might have to carry it on the flight. Things like the liquid, don't carry liquid above the maximum quantity that is acceptable. If possible, safe, make sure all your liquid things, like maybe your perfumes, your creams, whatever liquid, whatever, your water, anything that is liquid share that's acceptable, put as an acceptable for you to travel with, put it in your check-in luggage, if that makes sense. So that's just that about your hand luggage. Do your research. You can always call these people and find out all the things you need to find out, so that you will not be stressed out when you get to the airport. Also, I would say try and weigh your backpack. Yes, that backpack that you carry, that's aside your hand luggage. I've heard, or I watched somebody's video on YouTube who said she did not think you were going to weigh a backpack. I don't even think there's any designated weight for backpack, but they weighed it. So don't make it too heavy as well. Just give it like maybe 5 kg or so. Don't make it too heavy, because they might tell you to remove things. They might tell you it's going to be too heavy on the plane. You know how some airlines can be. So just weigh it and don't overload your backpack. That one varies depending on the airline you use, but just try your best to not weigh or be over pack your backpacks, if that makes sense. The other thing I'm going to say is, see, cook food. If you have kids, especially if you have kids, your kids might be picky. They might not want to eat some of the things on the airline. They might not. So just cook food that you know that can take care of you and your kids. Like anything, rice. Don't cook anything watery. So do away with the soups and the stews. But if it's jollof rice, if it's fried rice, yam and eggs, cook whatever it is you can cook. If you have babies, like kids, baby below 5 years, I know, not feel, they will allow you carry things like water, milk. Just tell them it's for your kids. They will allow, as long as you're not carrying the quantity that is very suspicious, that you're trying to like take this to the country you're going to. Like, I'm talking about Canada. I don't know if they allow these things if you're going to other countries on its own, but I was allowed, a lot of people are allowed if you have kids. Just make sure you carry certain things that your kids will need, and things that you will need. See, if it's to fry meat, if it's to fry plantain, these flights can be long, especially when you're going to Canada. This is like a full day flight. From one layover to one layover, you'll be hungry, you'll be stressed. So have water with you for your kids. If you tell them that it's for your kids, just designate, as you're carrying your own backpack, designate a small backpack for your kids and put all the things that you can for them. It's going to go a long way to take care of you people, like a long way. Yeah. And another side note is, see, if you have babies that will still love you to carry them, or they get easily tired when after they've walked for a period of time, try and get a stroller, a very easy stroller, easily foldable stroller for them. Now, I didn't use a stroller for Sekina because I backed her, and I heard a lot of things about strollers, but I've heard a lot of people who have said good benefits with carrying that stroller, especially if you have multiple kids or more than one children or more than one child. I only had Sekina at that time, so I could still handle backing her and carrying her, even though it was still very stressful. But if you have more than one, please get a stroller and have an arrangement with the airline on how they are going to give it to you. Maybe when you have a layover, it's going to go a long way to help you. Try and find easily carryable strollers that you can use. Another point I'm going to give is, please make sure you dress comfortably, like as comfortably as possible. I was told this, but I did not know. I didn't take it seriously. My cousin told me that I should even wear slippers if possible. I didn't take it seriously, but trust me, if you can wear, like, carry your sneakers and put them in your bags and wear a very comfortable like slides or Crocs, or if you're going to wear sneakers, wear the one you can easily pull off and wear, because you're going to pull off your shoes at different checkpoints. Anytime you're checking, as I don't know what they call that place again, where you're going to go through one door, you're going to put off your shoes, put off your things, especially that shoes. It can be very annoying. And imagine you having kids, you're going to check them in, check yourself in. That can be very, very stressful. So just dress as comfortably as possible. Your sweaters, if you're entering like countries like Canada during winter, don't worry, you will still get to that point where you're going to put on your sweater. So you can put that around your waist. You don't have to put it on. Or your sneakers, you can put it in your bag. Just dress as comfortably and as light as possible to make moving around easy for you. Now, this point I want to make is just obviously before the whole flight thing, when it comes to buying all the things you need to buy the things that you need. Don't buy the things you don't need. And the things that you need is peculiar to individuals. For some people it's clothes, for some people it's food. I'll not tell you which one, depending on what is more important to you. But buy the things that you need. If you know that you get clothes here, you know, reduce the clothes you carry, especially if you're coming during winter season. There are so many online stores that you can get good things. Yes, Shein, Amazon, so many online stores. Even if you don't like the things you see on physical stores, even physical stores have good things and affordable things. Obviously, still bring some clothes. It's not like maybe you don't have bring any clothes or any shoes, but depending on the season you're coming in, you know, it's going to tell you what you need to bring. But bring what you need. Don't bring what you don't need. If you get what I mean. So make sure you do like more research, and that's one thing about before you travel, things you need to do before you travel. Do a lot of research, and yeah, buy the things that you need. I just needed to put that. It wasn't even on my notes, but I just needed to state that because I've had lots of, some people will say, oh, I wish I brought this, oh, I wish I brought that. Just take your time, no rush. Take your time, even before you get your visas. Try, doing a lot of research on what are the things that I need to bring for myself, for my kids, and what are the things I don't need, so that I will not just be filling my boxes with things that are not important. If you get. Now, the next thing I want to say is make sure you weigh your luggage very well. Get a very good scale. If it's to even rent scale that's similar to what they use, or just get a very good scale, weigh. And when you weigh, give an allowance of maybe point something kg, or you understand, just give an allowance just in case it goes over when you get there. Weigh it very, very well, because this their own scale, some way somehow, always goes above for a lot of people, and you have to now start dropping things, which can be very frustrating. And if you have weighed your luggage and you've seen that there's a possibility of extra luggage, that possibility is there. Call before you go to the airport and find out how much extra luggage is. Before, I used to hear that, oh, they are going to do another 23 kg extra luggage, but some airlines are now allowing maybe 9 kg. They're now allowing some certain smaller kgs for extra luggage, like maybe 9 kg, not necessarily the whole 23 kg. So find out about it so that you are going to go prepared with your cash, and you will not have to now start running elter skelter removing your things. That's if you can afford the extra luggage. Try and find out about it. If it's possible for you to even change the money in dollars, because they charge for extra luggage in dollars. So if it's possible for you to change the money in dollars, so in case exchange rate changes and it now goes up, you now have to pay more in naira, just change the money in dollars and they will collect it. You understand my point? So that's that about that. And what else can I say? I think it's just about the full preparation. Prepare very well. I know that no matter how much you prepare, there are still going to be some inevitable occurrences or things that you probably just cannot control. I've heard a lot of people that have booked some flight, and it's the flight or the airline that will just show them why you do them strong thing and tell them stories that touch. It's the airline that will tell them, oh, unfortunately, we are not able to, especially people who have families. When you have a family, you've booked flight for all of them. Some way, somehow, the airlines, or they kind of take in a lot of people, and there will not now be available seats for some of you guys. And because of your lot, all of you would have to just wait. That one is beyond your control, is beyond anybody's control, but it's just something that we just hope and pray doesn't happen. But it has actually happened to some people where they have to now wait. They've gotten to the airport and they have to carry their load back and wait till when there's available flight for all their kids, including them. It can be very frustrating, but it is what it is. Whatever whatever it is you can do to just get yourself ready, to get yourself fully prepared, do that. And just have a mental readiness, mental preparedness for it's going to be a stressful journey. But look at the brighter side. You are coming to the country you want to come to, and let that be the ginger. Let that be what will make you happy, and just prepare your mind for that stress. And it's just going to pass after you're done with everything that you need to do, and you land in that your space. Another thing I need to say is try your best to have a good landing. Either you get an Airbnb, you get an apartment, or you find somebody that you can stay with till you find your balance. See, that soft landing goes a long way to help you. It goes a long way. So if you're going to a place you don't know anybody, before you book your flight, even before you get your visa, connect with people on social media. There are lots of kind people out there, including me. But connect with people on social media, and not everybody will be able to attend to everybody. Like, I might not be able to be there for everybody, but if I'm not there for you, somebody else will be there for you. So connect with people on social media, and you might be lucky to find somebody who would give you that soft landing, that good landing that you need. I hope I've made sense. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Please take heed to this advice I've given you, and take the things that would be useful for you, and the ones that will not be useful for you, just don't ignore them, but you can share it with other people. So, and if you have other tips to share, please and please leave it in the comment section below, so that others will get to learn from it, and it's just going to be they would appreciate it, and it will be very useful for anyone who is relocating and traveling to any country, especially Canada, because that's where I am. If you love this video, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share this video, like this video, share, subscribe to my channel. Sorry for the repetition. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and turn on the post notification bell, so that whenever I upload new videos, you'll be the very first one to know about it. Till next time, make sure you stay safe, take care of yourself. Bye bye.
To speak, yeah, quick to change your mind.